Another treat joint Demonic Prince 2K7 told us about. Tiff Streets for episode 119th job. Our story. Today, Tiff Streets is famous for hot fresh out of the oven cookies and brownies to hungry treat lovers everywhere. But it all started with $20 cell phone, and a dream.
I've had a crush on Tiff since I was 16.
He asked me out many times. I finally said yes when we were 19 years old and in college.
I show up at the door, ready for a date. But no Tiff.
I had completely forgotten about it.
I was pretty bummed.
So the next day, I baked a fresh batch of cookies, hopped in the car, and drove over to say sorry. The cookies were still warm.
I opened the door, and there she was, holding the very first delivery of Tiff's treats. And that's how Warm Cookie Delivery was born.
Since 1999, we've been baking cookies when they're ordered and delivering them warm to your door. I never imagined my simple apology would turn into such a thriving and growing business.
And I never imagined my little crush would lead to something as sweet as this.
Born in 1999. When Tiffany Taylor and Leon Chen were college sophomores at the University of Texas, she stood him up for a date and delivered hot from the oven cookies to apologize. Leon convinced Tiff to turn her cookies into a business, and Tiff Streets was born. The company started as small as you can get, with the two of them taking orders on a cell phone and baking cookies in the oven at Leon's apartment. 2000 to 2023, our first storefront. In 2000, Tiff Streets expanded into a real kitchen on the drag across from UT, sharing a space with Sputnik, a potato restaurant. In 2003, we moved into our own standalone location, a converted 1940s bungalow at MLK and Oasis that still serves as our Central Austin location servicing UT and downtown. In 2006 to 2014. Big treats for Big D. Our second ever location opens in downtown Dallas. Followed by stores in Houston, San Antonio and all around Texas. In 2016. Hot cookies in Atlanta. Our first Atlanta locations start delivering warm cookies. In 2018. Music City, here we come. Our first Nashville location opens. In 2019. Charlotte gets a taste. Our first location in Charlotte opens with a bang. 2009 to 2012 fresh favorites. We've always tried to keep our menu small, to keep our dough fresh and ensure we never run out of your favorite flavors. Of course, we've got ice cream and brownies. January 2009. Battle of the Chips. Peanut butter chocolate chip beats out mint chocolate chip to earn a spot on our regular menu. August 2009, mini boxes join the party. In response to requests from customers wanting party favors, we add the mini box. June 2012. Cookies plus ice cream equals love. We bring customized ice cream Sammies to the world with our famous Tiffich parties. October 2012. We all scream for Tiff Blitz. Mixing ice cream, cookies, and brownies, the Tiff Blitz frozen dessert becomes a staple. Tiff Streets today. Today, Tiffany and Leon are married. And the company has grown to 92 stores and 1,700 employees, and we're growing all the time, but our core mission is still the same. Making amazing cookies from high-quality ingredients and bake them with when they ordered, so they're delivered warm and fresh. A UFO has a face? What the fuck? Bullshit. You know what? Astronomically funny space puns to tell at your next get-together. Space is just a bit out of reach for us here on Earth. But that doesn't mean we can't admire it from afar and make up some hilarious jokes and puns about it. Here are some of the best space puns and jokes that you need to share with your friends or students. If you are a science teacher and you are getting into the astronomy lesson plans, Don't space out on the wittiness of a good pun. Puns and jokes can help students see things in a different way, and they might that it makes learning a bit more enjoyable. It can also put a smile on their faces, too. Or, if you are a mom and you have a little astronaut on your hands, throwing space-themed birthday parties, and decorating their room with green alien things, these puns might be for you. I mean, really? Who doesn't like a good space pun? Space jokes about the solar system and outer space. Here are some hilarious jokes about space and our Milky Way galaxy. These puns can be of use as a learning tool for kids in science class, about black holes, the attributes of the planets, and other things about the stars that surround us. A. What do planets like to read? Comic books. Why did the cow go in the spaceship? It wanted to see the moon. Why would a cow want to go to space? To see the Milky Way. What do you call someone who's not a vegetarian? A meteor. Which is closer, Florida or the moon? The moon. You can't see Florida from here. Which stars wear glasses? Movie stars. If athletes get athlete's foot, then what do astronauts get? Mistletoe. Why did Mickey Mouse go to outer space? To find Pluto. What kind of money is used for trade in outer space? Starbucks. What did Jupiter say to Saturn? I like you. Give me a ring sometime. How do you start a fight in space? Come at me, bro. Why did Venus dump Mars? She only wanted a Pluto-Nick relationship. What was the first animal in space? The cow that jumped over the moon. What do you get when you cross a lamb and a rocket? A space sheep. What do you call the lights on a lunar rover? Moonbeams. Where can planets update their status? Their Facebook account. Where do planets download their music from? Neptune's. What's a light year? The same as a regular year, but with fewer calories. Solar eclipse. 3D wallpaper. Space jokes about the sun and the moon. What do you call a tick on the moon? A lunatic. How do you know when the moon is going broke? When it's down to its last quarter. Why did the sun never got into college? Because it already has quite a million degrees. How does a man cut his hair on the moon? Eclipse it. Why did the sun go to school? To get brighter. Why did people not like the restaurant on the moon? Because there was no atmosphere. How do you know when the moon has had enough to eat? When it's full. How does our solar system hold its pants up? With an asteroid belt. Astronaut standing on moon beside USA flag. Space jokes about astronauts. What does the astronaut who's watching his wait order at the bar? A satellite beat. How do you get a baby astronaut to go to sleep? Rocket. How do astronauts plan a party? They planet it. Where would an astronaut park his spaceship? At a parking meteor. Why did the astronaut break up with her boyfriend? Because she needed some space. What does an astronaut call his ex from space? SpaceX. What do you call a loony spaceman? An astronaut. What is an astronaut's favorite chocolate? A Mars bar. What did the doctor say to the rocket ship? Time to get your booster shot. What did Neil Armstrong say when no one laughed at his moon jokes? I guess you had to be there. Why couldn't the astronaut focus? He kept spacing out. What time do astronauts eat? At launch time. Did you hear what happened when Neil Armstrong first walked on the moon? He didn't understand the gravity of the situation. Green frog plush toy on brown textile. Space jokes about aliens and UFOs. Where do aliens go for a drink? The space bar. Why don't aliens eat clowns? Because they taste funny. What did the alien say to the garden? Take me to your weeder. Why haven't aliens come to our solar system yet? They read the reviews. 1 star. What is the slowest of all species in the galaxy? Snailians. What do aliens on the metric system say? Take me to your liter. What should you do if you see a green alien? Wait until it's ripe. What did the alien say when he was out of the room? I'm all spaced out. What's CT short for? He has little legs. Which day of the week do aliens look forward to most of all? Saturn Day. Yesterday I was talking to an alien from Spacey. A broken bar. Turns out they eat radioactive materials. I asked it what its favorite meal was. It told me, fish and chips. Shooting star in night sky. Space puns and pickup lines. Here is a collection of some space puns that are perfect for kids writing in a Valentine's Day card to their crush, or for anyone who's writing a love letter to their space-loving partner. There are also some witty space-related picky up lines in here, 2. A. You rock my world. I'm over the moon for you. I love you to the moon and back. Are you a meteor? Because you rock my world. I send all your selfies to NASA because you're a star. Let's get astrophysical. I took astronomy to count all the stars in your eyes. You're hotter than Venus. You must be the sun because you're hot. Are you Mercury? Because you'll always be first to me. You must be a planet and I must be a moon because I totally revolve around you. Are you an alien? Because you're out of this world. Are you a carbon sample? Because I want to date you. You must be the sun because you're the center of my universe. You deserve a ring the size of Saturn's. I'm reading a book about anti-gravity, a broken bar it's impossible to put down. You're out of this world. You've abducted my heart. You're my whole universe. You're a blast. Other space puns and jokes. Saturn down for what? The scientists' new paper about alien life forms didn't get published. It was too far out. Get outer my space. I took a rocket science course last year. It was a blast. Saturn's name is the best in our solar system. It has a nice ring to it. I need more space. I am Buzz Aldrin, second man on the moon. Kneel before me. Space was cool before it mattered. There is apparently a black hole in Uranus. I am craving sugar. I need a Milky Way. Orion's belt is a big waste of space. Terrible pun. Sorry, it is only 3 stars. There are so many possibilities. I don't have the space or the time to continue 'em. Space puns are the final frontier. It's just a phase. Mom, I would love to go to space, but the cost is astronomical. Last night I sat outside to watch a satellite pass by. It went over my head. I have hit the space bar 37 times in a row now, but I still remain on Earth. Being an astronaut is probably the only profession where you don't lose your job after being fired. I'll try to think of more space puns, but I'll need some time to plan it. BRB, Neptuning you out. Despite space being a vacuum, Mars is really dusty. It's not that serious. More space puns jokes. Here are a couple of longer funny space jokes and puns that are out of this world funny. A. Sherlock Holmes and John Watson are camping on a case they are investigating. After putting up the tent, having a good dinner, and drinking a bottle of wine, they go to sleep. In the middle of the night, Holmes wakes up and nudges his faithful friend. Watson, look up at the sky and tell me what you see. Holmes says, shivering, I see millions and millions of stars. Holmes, replies Watson, and what do you deduce from that? Watson ponders for a minute. Well, it tells me that there are millions of galaxies and potentially billions of planets somewhere in the universe with so many billions of stars similar to the Sun. There is a high probability that some of these stars have Earth-like planets, and assuming the Earth is typical, some may have developed intelligent life. It means that humanity may not be alone in this vast cosmos. What did you deduce, Holmes? Holmes is silent for a moment before he replies. Quite, he says. Though my more immediate concern is the fact that, clearly, someone has stolen our tent. There were 3 people, and they were all bragging about their country. The first person says, we were the first in space, and the second responds, well, we were first on the moon. Beat that. So the third person says, well, that's nothing. Me and my crew are going to the sun. How are you going to do that? Said the other 2. Well duh, we are going to go at night. Which space pun or joke was your favorite? More humorous? Punny jokes below are more clever puns to share with loved ones and make them smile.
Oh wow. You're such a jerk for telling me this. Fuck you then. I'm going to see our UMBL cookies then.
Fuck you, and shut up.